Hello everyone, in this video we'll learn about Pharah's abilities and cooldowns, how to stay alive in the air, how to properly fly and evade as much as you can, how to consistently get picks and pressure the enemy, how to get the best out of your abilities, how to see good ultimate opportunities, and the best to worst matchups against Pharah. First are her hover jets. Press and hold to use the hover jets to fly in upwards direction for up to 2 straight seconds. Next is her jump jet ability or shift ability. Pressing it will launch Pharah upwards with a 10-second cooldown. Take note that whenever you use this ability, you'll also move forward to where you're looking at. Then we have the concussion blast, fairly useful to split enemies apart like a healer from a tank. You can use it to push up enemies off the map or by simply using it on yourself to increase your mobility. Has a 9-second cooldown. Last but not least, her rocket barrage, dealing high amounts of damage in a short amount of time, leaving you vulnerable while at it. So use with care. Using Pharah means you have to stay in the air, but that makes her for an easy target. That's why you must use your environment, like buildings, to get protection. While in the air and close to cover, you'll easily be able to get a good angle and have good cover. It's best to try to peek in and out of cover from a building edge. That will let you, as a Pharah, to deal consistent damage. Remember that thanks to her rockets, you can end up dealing a lot of splash damage as well. Remember that having buildings close can also help you for a quick getaway. Learning how to fly is crucial for Pharah, so one of the most important things is conserving or using your fuel wisely. I recommend practicing a good rhythm or pace that lets you remain in the air long enough for your jump jet's cooldown to be ready for use again. If your pace is right, when your fuel reaches critical or the red part, your jump jets will be nearly ready for use. When possible, it's good to wait until you are at your maximum height after using your jump jets, so you can allow your fuel to go back as full as possible. That will allow you naturally to remain on the air for far longer. Let's do a test run and see how long we can remain in the air with this technique. Remember that staying in the air is how you can get the most out of Pharah, allowing you to see things that your teammates cannot see, get angles that other teammates cannot get, and have a different mobility that other heroes cannot have. Keep that in mind. Once you put your feet on the ground and allow your shift to recharge, you can go back into the air like we just did and remain just as long in the air. Remember that as Pharah, like a few other heroes, map boundaries don't apply to you, allowing to reach out for enemies or angles that no one else can reach, or in some cases, no one else will expect. Here's just a small example in this map. Never forget to always hover when you can, as you get that 20% movement speed, as you can clearly see the difference here. Concussion Blast can help you get out of tricky situations nearly instantly. If necessary, try using both abilities to run away. Just make sure to look in the right direction whenever you're using your shift ability. Pharah excels the most when being on the air. As you can see, hitting targets when being on the same level becomes significantly harder to hit, even against low mobility heroes. However, while in the air, the room for error grows significantly, allowing to deal good damage even when not hitting them directly. Abilities like Concussion Blast can really clutch a match depending on how you use it, like pushing enemies off an objective. I personally use it more aggressively, so it can push those backline pesky heroes or some healers and swiftly take care of them for the rest of my team to push. Whenever you have your ultimate ability ready, there's a couple things to be mindful for you to find the perfect opportunity. Positioning is a key factor, since you'll become immobile while ulting, so take advantage of your aerial superiority and flank where they might not expect. Another key factor is trying to kill or be wary of priority targets when they are dead. An example, a Kiriko, a Baptiste, or a Diva Mech. Another thing to be aware of are enemy abilities, especially those that are meant to save player lives. Once spent, you are free to do a quick close-up and finish things up with your ultimate. Don't be hesitant to solo ult healers, as they are priority targets and killing them can turn the tide of the match. Pharah can flank or surprise foes from a variety of angles. One that particularly works best is on top of doors or exits where the enemy is forced to go through. It allows for a quick cleanup on distracted targets. I've separated the matchups according to my personal experience and also taken into account each hero's abilities and playstyles. The best heroes are those that don't have an immediate advantage because their playstyle or abilities can hardly make an impact or are too difficult to hit on Pharah. The good heroes are those that Pharah can dispose of without too much of a hassle but might be tricky to kill because of their abilities. On the careful tier are the heroes that Pharah can kill with the right approach, but if you get too cocky or underestimate them, she'll get easily disposed of. On the bad/waste are those heroes whose abilities or playstyle can affect Pharah's effectiveness severely, or will simply take too much time that could be better spent on applying pressure on the enemy team. Lastly, on the get the fuck out, as the label explains, these heroes excel in taking you down. Their abilities and playstyle directly impact Pharah's effectiveness, preventing you from fulfilling your role, or will constantly pick you off the air. Stay away from those. And just to wrap things up, one final tip I can give you is to remember that Pharah's rocket travels in a straight line with no physics, so you can shoot through gaps, be hard to hit, and potentially get an important pick. Thank you for watching, I hope this helped you out.